balloon over northern states. General Jack Cain is a former Army Vice Chief of Staff, Chairman of the Institute for the Study of War, and Senior Strategic Analyst at Fox News. U.S. government monitoring suspected Chinese spy balloon over northern states that the U.S. will be at war with China by 2025. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin says, "No, in your case, General. You don't think it's about time as much as having an effective military deterrent that we have right now. Not fair, that's right. U.S. government monitoring a suspected Chinese spy balloon over northern states race. I mean, at first this chatter was talking about a blunt straight line to his subordinates and what we do in peacetime, and all the services prepare for war and hopefully more. By doing that with Turing, and that's what he was doing. He was making sure his troops understood that war might be imminent." U.S. government monitoring suspected Chinese spy balloon over northern states, and we've all said the same thing to our troops at different levels of command during our tenure. But what I think is really happening is that it just came outside of the Pacific. He's very aware of the fact that we've lost our military deterrence because of the 9/11 fighters and budgets that don't meet the needs, and he sees that Chinese balloon over us and knows that China has a military advantage right now, more ships, more planes, and certainly more missiles, and he doesn't suddenly want him to take advantage of that. But it's possible that he doesn't know what's going on in prison. That's mine. Whether it is 1 year from now or 2 years from now or 5 years from now, but what is known is this: read more. Suspected Chinese spy balloon found over northern U.S. That our military deterrence is not what it should be, and I'm sure that's where the general is coming from, because he knows we're weak and we have to fix that. So what? Cure, and that's all. General, what's the cure to be strong in the Pacific region if it's needed here? High altitude surveillance balloons, and how long will it take? Is it a money issue? It's something else. It's partly the money. If they have it painful and the backlog is years, that Congress has got to step in and roll up its sleeves and fix the alien military sales system with a sense of urgency and sell them. We have to train with Taiwan, as Jennifer is just messing with South Korea. We don't do much of that with Taiwan. We sell theaters ourselves because we don't. The other thing is to provoke the Chinese that we have to move more of our forces into the region. Yes, more planes, more ships, and more. We have to deploy the missiles and ensure that Chinese balloon Montana, that China believes there is an effective deterrent, is the only way. It's going to happen that those generals will look at this and say, well, the cost is too high for us to go to war with the US against Taiwan because we don't know what the outcome will be. This is the answer we want. I want to put this on the screen in 15 seconds. This is about the upcoming visit to McCarthy by the Chinese Foreign Ministry. He says, "Where is the Chinese spy balloon if China opposes any kind of official interaction between its Taiwan region and countries that have diplomatic relations with China? We as legislators will support you. What do you think about the One China principle? That is a similar thing sent with Nancy Pelosi. We should visit Taiwan and support their moral support, political support that would provide a political leader." But Secretary of Defense Hugo, they do. Chinese spy balloon location. We're briefing the press before we come, saying they're now tracking a suspected Chinese spy balloon that's hovering over our northern part. It was seen in Montana and other northern states. In Montana, of course, several sensitive nuclear sites. We are told about that it is a suspected Chinese surveillance balloon. It's the size of 3 buses with technology-based bottom suspension and has made a ground stop at Billings Airport for a time at Montana Air Traffic Control in the last 24 hours. Circle where the balloon was seen to the southwest of the city tonight. Read more. U.S. government monitoring suspected high-altitude Chinese. A senior defense official said President Biden was short, but he asked for military options. So what's the threat to the Mets heat this evening? Here ABC change is leading us all from the White House tonight. A senior defense official said tonight's Chinese spy balloon picture that authorities are tracking a large Chinese spy balloon that has been hovering over our northern part for several days. It's after this guy and I don't know what it is that the United States